Hello. Uh, just wanted to do a quick review of my thoughts, or at least get my thoughts out there somewhere, on King Arthur. Directed by Guy Ritchie, starring Charlie Hunnam and Jude Law. Fun, cameos that I wasn't aware of. Eric Bana, Peter Baelish, because I don't know the actor's name. And I do remember hearing Djimon Hounsou, but I don't actually remember him, so whenever he showed up on screen I was kind of surprised. We'll start with the bad stuff. I felt like King Arthur was kind of very accepting of his role without actually being accepting of his role, because he went through the movie at the very beginning being like, I don't want to do this, I'm not going to do this, fuck you guys, there's no way it's going to happen, blah blah blah. And then he got given the sword, and the mage is like, hey, go through the dark place. And Djimon Hounsou's like, he's not going to do that. And then you just see the sequence of him doing that. And I thought that was a little bit odd, because I'm like, he literally just said less than 5 minutes ago, he ain't going to do it. But it happened anyways. The other thing that bothered me was the not so love interest with Arthur and the mage. That didn't really make sense to me. He kind of forced it at the beginning, so then you're like, okay, maybe something will happen, and nothing did. And then at the expense of other things occurring later on in the movie when her life is at stake, he's like, oh man, I should better save her life and actually make Excalibur work. It didn't make sense. That other than that, there really wasn't anything that bothered me too much. I don't understand why this movie only has a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. I believe it deserves at least a 60, between a 60 and 65. The things that I did like, you have the soundtrack, without a doubt, was my favorite part of the whole thing. I'm going to go download it here shortly. It was really, really good. The soundtrack was fantastic. Charlie Hunnam, I thought, would actually bother me, and he did a pretty good job. The Guy Ritchie isms of the whole movie, they didn't bother me. The way that they tell quick stories in that cut scene fashion, I mean, that's what you come to expect from, Snatch and Sherlock Holmes and whatnot. So I thought that they actually worked pretty well. I thought the special effects were pretty good. The story in general, the movie in general, it slowed down at times that I felt like could have been cut out. And all of those quick cut action things maybe could have been elaborated on a little bit more. But again, I like the way that Guy Ritchie makes those sequences. So at the same time, one other problem, back to the beginning, was the way that some of the action happened, especially at the beginning, where you're flipping monsters and everything, and all of a sudden you have camera shots that are like The Condemned, where the camera's moving so quick to create this chaos feeling, and in the meantime, I'm like, I want to see that. What's going on? Okay, he flipped him, he gave him a hip toss, what the hell? And I thought the movie was good, though. I really do. I love the music. I thought that the story was pretty straightforward. I do know that they made a few changes with the basic King Arthur thing, like Uther Pendragon, I don't remember being a good person, and King Arthur naturally falling into place. I know it was more of discovery, and Merlin had something to do with it, and blah blah blah. Jude Law was fantastic. He always is such a good actor in most of the things that he does. And like I said, I'd go 6 to 6.5 out of 10, easy. I don't understand where all the hate comes from. I also think opening weekend it could have made 30 million as opposed to 15. 15 is like a slap in the face, and they're going to be writing that shit off for their taxes. Warner Brothers, apparently. I guess that's about it. It also motivated me. It got me all jazzed up, maybe between work and then the movie, and then I was playing Flow Rider My House a lot. It just got me all jazzed up. I came home, I did some pull-ups and push-ups when I don't normally work out at all. So here's that is vodka, cranberry sours. I feel like there's something else in there. Anyways, good movie. People should go see it. Give it a better shot than, 25% and $15 million. Who knows? Peace.